welcome to the Porch Sports Podcast with your boy Fonz.
And fine. I mean, Uncorn.
Already, oh nah, we re-rolled it. Forget that. Oh, it's tough.
Y'all. It's been a tough one.
It's been a tough one, man. I swear it's been a tough one. All right. Let's try that one more time. Welcome to the Porch Sports Podcast with your boy Fonz
And Quan.
And well, look, y'all, welcome to our 50th episode, according to YouTube. Our 50th episode. Last week we did the Facebook Live exclusively for the Porch Sports Podcast after party, and I uploaded it, because I'm that type of person. But yeah, this is 50 episodes. Been doing this thing almost 2 years, and with 50 episodes. So before we get into everything, I want to thank you guys for clicking and liking and subscribing and all that stuff. And before we get into our topics, I want y'all to know we have Subscribe-a-thon 2022 that's still rolling, and we're trying to get 150 subscribers by July 1st. But what I'm going to do is extend the date to the end of July, because no pressure, but we're trying to get monetized by YouTube as well as get some advertising dollars. And we're not doing this for that, but equipment costs money.
Yes, it does.
And equipment is subject to fail sometimes. So, So I mean, that'll help us out. That'll help us get to our goal.
Right. So
subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button, and even on Apple Podcasts, leave a review. Give us a rating so Apple Podcasts can push us on up there. Also on IG, follow us at @BadPorchSports_podcast, and you can hear it everywhere you get your podcasts, like Spotify. That's your flavor. iHeartRadio, TuneIn, etc. And all the links, every link to the podcast, as well as like different things that we're doing, is going to be down in the description, both in YouTube as well as everywhere that you can get your podcast.
Right.
Ooh, that was a mouthful. So let's go ahead and jump into the news real quick. All right, so the Golden State Warriors pulled it off in 6, and the name to that game was defense. Now, granted, Boston had the number 1 defense, followed by Golden State, but Golden State kind of stood the test of time and did what they had to do. Steve Kerr said, like I said, the Celtics had the best defense in the league, but we were right behind them. I think what made this group really special, besides the obvious with Steph, was defensive intensity and versatility. Yeah, I agree. I mean, on top of your finals MVP scoring 30 some odd throughout this whole playoff series. So hats off to the Golden State Warriors for doing what they're supposed to do, as well as Steph Curry getting that MVP. Hats off. This is his first one in his career. So salute.
Yes.
Yeah, the first finals MVP in his career.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Steph Curry definitely played well finals altogether. But the improvement that everybody's seen from him as a player, so he's definitely been working on his defense. Those 2 years that it was kind of in a drought, you can tell that he was working on being a complete player, having offense and defense abilities. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to Boston, because I feel like they're going to be the next dynasty upcoming. They had the toughest road to the finals. And, so big ups to them still for competing as much as you could. That game was it was a roller coaster. what put the fork in them was the Golden State Warriors going 21-0 run, did a 21-0 run on them. So, I mean, that means that they scored 21 points and the Boston Celtics didn't score any.
Right.
So that's a long time without scoring points. So I feel like that's what really put the fork in them. That's what gave Golden State that momentum. And but big shout out to them. Let's not forget to credit the Boston Celtics. I feel like they're a pretty decent team. They just kind of fell off when it mattered the most. But yeah, man, moving on.
Yeah, let's move on. So, in the land of NFL, I thought this one was interesting. Eagles wide receiver Devin Allen, I hope I'm saying his name correctly, wins third 110-meter hurdles race since June 12th. June 12th was basically the other day.
Mm-hmm.
He actually finished. Hold on, let me see here. He had a 12.8 performance, 12.6. So he did 110-meter hurdles in 12.8 seconds.
Good.
As
God.
well as, yeah.
Boy, jumping, ain't he?
I'm telling you, boy, he got the bunny hops in his legs.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what's his name?
Devin Allen. He's a receiver with the Eagles. I think he's a rookie.
He's a rookie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. One thing I like about that, this kind of goes back to the days with your Bo Jacksons and Deion Sanders and everything like that. You got the two-sport athlete.
Right.
I like that. I really do. So Russell Wilson or Jordan the Broncos said he wants to go to a city that knows how to win. Now, the last time the Broncos won something was with Peyton Manning. But his response was, it's been a blessing just to come here, just to come to an amazing city like Denver, to be a part of it with so many amazing teammates and great coaching staff. But also, once the trade was going to happen, I said, hey, listen, I want to make sure that I go to a city that wants to win. I want to make sure that I go to a team that wants to win. And I want to go to a city that knows how to win. Now, one thing I know about Denver, they do have some winning ways occasionally. But I wish Russell Wilson all the best. Y'all already know I'm not a big Russell Wilson guy. But, hey, handle it.
I mean, I don't understand how, Denver was one of his places where he felt he was going to win at. I mean, especially in the division that they in. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure when they were winning, they didn't have anybody in their division named Patrick Mahomes or Justin Herbert with a great upcoming defensive line. I don't see him being successful in Denver at all. But that's neither here nor there. But I feel like every team has a winning mentality.
Facts.
It's just the people that they have in office. I mean, the people that they have playing, people that you have in office. I mean, you can't acquire anybody, but every team has a winning mentality. And if that's the case, if he really wanted to win, he should have stayed in Seattle. But nevertheless, I'll let you handle the rest.
I mean, him staying in Seattle, the writing was on the wall. I want to say last offseason, he was complaining about, he kept getting hit. And he was complaining about the offensive scheme. It was run the ball. We get behind Russell, save us. That was basically it. So I kind of see his gripe about leaving, but like I'm with you. The only reason why he's not going to do what everybody thinks he's going to do in Denver is because they have a guy named Patrick Mahomes. Now, you have said that you don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to be Patrick Mahomes this year, but that's neither here nor there. But you got Justin Herbert, and like you said, with that great defensive line that they built in LA, and then you got the Raiders, who was basically on the come up, and then you got the overwhelming constant with Patrick Mahomes. I don't see him doing much, but like you said, that's neither here nor there. Okay, this one was funny. Bruce Arians said he'd probably still be head coach if Tom Brady would have stayed retired.
I told you.
But see, this is But this is the way he spent it, though. He said he didn't want to put Todd Bowles in a bad situation. Meaning, Tom Brady was gone. He was like, okay, I'm gonna stay the head coach so I don't give Todd Bowles a bad situation. I'm like horse hockey.
He'd have been all right. He's a defensive-minded coach. I mean, most defensive-minded coaches have success. Yeah. And that's a pitiful excuse. But
hot fries were good, weren't
they? Yes, sir. But
I mean, he was
but at the same time, you know, I knew it was because of Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. Nobody, if you really want to be a coach and have control over your team, you don't want Tom Brady as your quarterback. Mm-hmm. And that's not saying he's not a good quarterback. It's because the man has seen every single thing. Mm-hmm. So
he's done it all.
When Bruce Arians even had said it, he was like, and I know I mentioned this before, but this is an eye opener. He said, I even allowed Tom Brady to coach before. It was a point in time where Bruce Arians just said, go ahead, Tom, do what you do. But the man been playing quarterback at the quarterback position for over 20 years.
I think it's 23rd season in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, it's no defense that you can run that he hasn't seen. There's nothing that you can tell him about football that he doesn't know. I mean, so who wants to be a coach of that? But at the same time, I mean, why wouldn't you be coach? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it sounds like easy money to me.
Yeah. I mean, hey, just sit back and chill.
Look, sit back. Look, you got it.
You give me that Land Rover, I promise I'll keep the payments up. That's the best I can do.
He got it. I mean, just let him do what he gonna do. Whatever he want to do, just let him do it. Right. I mean, because it's really nothing. You can't teach him nothing. You can't teach him nothing. He's a 7-time Super Bowl champ. Mm-hmm. He's been with one franchise for over 20 years, or at 20 years. Mm-hmm. He comes from a great coaching history with Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels,
and Charlie Weiss back in the day,
and was Patricia from is it Patricia?
Matt Patricia.
Yeah, he's a good coach. All of those are head coaches.
You said Matt Patricia was a good coach.
I mean, he got a coach. Didn't he get a coaching job in Detroit?
And what did he do with Detroit?
See, he can't help what Detroit got going on.
No. Hold up. Jim Schwartz took them to the playoffs. Daggone
Jim Schwartz.
Daggone Jim Caldwell had him at like 9-7, and they fired him the next year.
Look who they
didn't do nothing.
Look who they had at quarterback.
Matthew Stafford.
Oh, that time. Matthew Stafford just came off an amazing year. I'm talking about Jared Goff.
Oh man, they didn't get Jared Goff till like last year though, man.
That's what I'm talking about, and that was his first year as head coach right over there, right?
No, Patricia gone. They got Dan Campbell. You know, I don't know what happened.
Oh yeah, I forgot. But I mean, it's still when you put all of them back together with New England, it was a great coaching staff.
Yeah, most definitely.
So yeah, I really understand why certain people like Bruce Arians don't like coaching with Tom Brady. You really don't have much control. Mm-hmm. He's a general manager of a whole franchise right now. If you want a job, you could talk to Tom Brady and get hired. Look how he spoke in the place of AB. He said, man, just give him a chance. If he don't show up and he do something crazy, you fire him. But I promise you, he's gonna be at every meeting. He's gonna be to practice and everything. They hired him. I mean, even though it turned out the way that it would, I mean, it took some time to turn out like it, was already going to be. But, at the same time, the man still played for 2 years with the Bucks? 2 years.
He won the Super Bowl.
Right.
He had a touchdown catch in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, got that chip.
Yeah. I mean, I look at it with, I'm not going to drink the Tampa Bay colored Kool-Aid on that one. I'm with you on that. Like, of course, I feel like there was a rift there, but for PR purposes, they kind of like, nah, ain't nothing going on. We cool and everything. But I think it was that first game against the Saints that Tom Brady's first year there, and Arians kind of like let him do his thing, and they got beat up bad. And then Arians went to his press conference and was talking cash money. Mm-hmm. But hey, that's on them. Like I said, Arians got a job in the front office. Ty Bowles is their coach. Nick Fury, I used to call him back in the day. One more story. It's not on our schedule, but I guess one more story. So Bart Scott, if y'all don't know who Bart Scott is, I
didn't know where you were going.
He is sometimes I do that. It just like flashed up. He's a former linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens as well as the New York Jets. So when asked which quarterback would he want to be playing against, would it be Tom Brady or will it be Peyton Manning? My man said he'd rather have Tom Brady as an opponent because, like with the Patriots, especially around that time early on, up until about 2007 when Brady got Randy Moss, Tom Brady was classified as a system quarterback. Let's just put it out there. And with Peyton Manning, even in his short time, he knew how to dissect the defense like instantly. So when he said that he'd rather have Tom Brady as his opponent, I'm like, yeah, I agree. Like wholeheartedly, 100%. I'd rather face Tom Brady than to face Peyton Manning.
I don't know.
The only time I would rather face Peyton Manning is when it's the playoffs and it's cold outside. That's the only time I think we have a chance against Peyton Manning. But
man, you make Tom Brady sound like he's easy to beat.
No, it ain't even that. Is the thing. The thing about it is, think about the team he had around him. While Peyton Manning didn't have the best, because I seen plenty of games where Peyton's defense has let him down. Especially against New England. I mean, he couldn't even beat New England until they brought him to his house. It's kind of a hard discussion, but I really feel like you'll have at least a chance going against Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. I really feel like it. I mean, Peyton Manning, Omaha. You got to understand.
I don't know about that one now.
But look what Peyton Manning would do. You know how some quarterbacks, they just go and snap the ball and be done with it. Nah, he done checked in about 4 plays. If somebody's eyes looking wrong, he changing the play.
Well, Tom Brady coming to the line with 2.
But he got 4. And think about it. Back in the days, you had to cover Reggie Wayne. You had to cover Marvin Harrison. And in some instances, Dallas Clark or whoever other tight end they had out there.
But Peyton Manning has had more talent around him than Tom Brady has.
I can't call it.
Who you just named?
That's just the offense. Talk about the defense.
That's what I'm talking about, just on the offensive side.
Oh, okay. So Randy Moss doesn't.
That was only for how many years? Like 1 or 2 years?
About 3, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, about 2 to 3 years. But Gronk, Aaron Hernandez. Let me see who else.
Those 2 are tight ends. Name some receivers on who you say? Reggie Miller?
Deion Branch.
You didn't say Reggie Miller, did you? What?
Let me see who else Tom Brady had.
This dude Peyton Manning had Demetrius Thomas. I'm
talking about the Colt years. I'm talking about the Colt years.
Oh, I was about to say. Well, even in that regard.
Because you got to think about it. Their rivalry was at its peak when Manning was on the Colts.
Didn't he still have T.Y. Hilton over there?
No, I'm about to say something bad. He ain't had no T.Y. T.Y. Hilton that came after he left.
Who Peyton Manning have in
Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Wayne.
Marvin Harrison. I think for tight end, you had Dallas Clark. And he had them throughout the 2000s.
But didn't he have a solid running back? Who was his running back?
Edgerrin James, I think.
Oh, no, man. Got dog.
That's a Hall of Fame running back.
Exactly. So you proving my point.
So how come Peyton couldn't get it done like he should have.
He couldn't just get it done.
It's because of that defense.
But Tom Brady has won Super Bowls without so much of a great defense.
His first 3 was one on defense.
But after, I'm talking about like out of 7, because he got 7 now.
Okay, name one of his Super Bowls where the defense did not play effective.
Okay, now one of them he won because of that dumb pick Russell Wilson threw. That was one. Okay, so that's one.
Touche.
Okay. This one other one he won. Let's see, he done won so doggone many. I say just an educational guess. Let's see. Probably out of 7 Super Bowls, I'll say about 3 to 4 of them was probably off defense. Mm-hmm. But the other ones,
including the most recent one he won.
Yeah, but that was just.
But that
was horrible. But I mean, that was just. But nobody expected that.
You got to think about it. When they went against the Rams, that score was low throughout the whole game.
Right.
It took Stephon Gilmore making a play.
Right.
The one where he lost, where the defense was pretty much decimated by his coaches, was against the Eagles when Bill Belichick sat down. What's that dude's name? What is his name? He made that pick off Russell Wilson in the Super Bowl before that one.
Yeah, Stephon Gilmore?
No. It wasn't Gilmore.
Not Gilmore.
Malcolm Butler. That's his name.
Malcolm Butler.
Yeah, because he set him down. He benched him before the game even started.
Right.
So as a result, the Eagles came in hot. Philly special. They came in hot.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, to answer that question, you don't want to see neither one of them guys.
You really but I really don't want to see Manning. I'm sorry. Think about what Peyton Manning has done to your Steelers.
Hey. Think about what Peyton Manning did to your Ravens.
Exactly. That's why I don't want to see Manning.
But
I got a better chance with Tom than I got with Peyton.
I feel like it's the opposite way. Even I feel like you got a better chance with Peyton. I really feel like you got a better chance with Peyton. Because the thing about Tom, he gonna take everything you give him. Everything. He runs a quick. His balls come out real fast. Mm-hmm. The football is gonna come out fast. He don't care whether it's a check down, a slant, or whatever. He's just getting yards, and he's gonna use as much time as possible. So, I mean, and Peyton is more of a. I feel like he's gonna go for what's big. He's going for up here, and if you make a move the wrong way, he's gonna dot you. But
so you making my point.
But I mean, they both are they really are both very good quarterbacks. Great. It's just I just think that you can beat Peyton. I feel like you can beat Peyton, and that's the reason why he only got 1 ring, because everybody can beat Peyton.
No, he got 2. Hold on. Let me clarify.
The only reason why he got the second one is because of the defense. And
let me clarify.
Cam Newton was scared to touch the doggone football. He's just, never mind. I ain't gonna say what I was about to say right now.
Let me clarify. You said Peyton got 1 ring because could nobody beat Peyton? Because everybody could beat him or something. I forget how you said it.
Right.
The only body that was put up against Peyton was Tom.
Exactly.
But see, all right, think about the defenses New England had.
What defense?
Lawyer Malloy, Ty Law.
They had a good defense for like
Vince Wilfork,
maybe
Teddy
like
Bruce.
Come on, man. 4 years, maybe. They had a good defense for like 4 years.
I encourage you to look up the defensive stats of the Patriots from the time they won that first one up until Brady left.
To the Patriot.
Like this. Well, all right. Yeah. I mean, it is.
I mean, you'll take Peyton. You'll take Tom. I'll take Peyton. I'd rather just wear on his neck real quick.
Oh, okay. So moving on. So
My bad. I'm sorry, Lord.
In the spirit of what we just talked about, so I put a question on the I put a question in the after party and also on my personal Facebook page. And the question was, and I'm paraphrasing myself, which is really weird. As a sports fan, what is your favorite and least favorite moment?
So many.
Let me tell you something. I got two. I'm gonna go ahead and put it like that. I got two for each. All right. So my favorite moment, my first favorite moment as a Ravens
watching the Steelers beat up on the Ravens. That's the first one. I know that.
Yeah. But mine, see, mine is a little deeper than that. See, back in 2000, the Ravens-Steelers rivalry was non-existent. It was Ravens-Titans and Ravens-Jaguars. I think my favorite moment was when Ray Lewis picked off Steve McNair, R.I.P., and he got it off Eddie George and ran it back to the house and told Adelphia Coliseum at the time to shut what they call up. And my second favorite moment was, I got a lot of them. I think my second favorite moment was the first time we beat Tom Brady in the playoffs. That was back in, I think it was the wild card round in 2009. I was at church, and back then I had a Boost Mobile phone. Shout out Boost Mobile. I had the legacy was I had the church
for $25, boy.
I'm trying to tell you, I had the church, so my internet was like terrible. So I had to stand in a specific spot to catch the score. And when I looked up the score, we was up 21-0. I was like, "What? In New England?" And then we, of course, beat them. And that was a good moment. So, and my least favorite moment, the 2010 divisional round in Pittsburgh. It was in January of 2011. I can never forget that night. We was up. And of course, Pittsburgh did what Pittsburgh did. And of course, they went on and lost Super Bowl. But that's neither here nor there.
Oh.
And my other least favorite moment was Billy Cundiff. That was the 2011 AFC Championship game. We were a drop pass and a kick away from beating the Patriots and going on to the Super Bowl. And we missed the kick. And I was sick for like 3 days. That was the worst. Even though we went the next year and won it all.
Oh, no, man. That's a lot.
It was rough.
Good gracious. That's a good question, man, because you just try to channel through all the games you don't watch.
Yeah. There's some games that make you...
I know the first game that came to mind when I said favorite moment. I remember the time Pittsburgh put a whooping on them Carolina Panthers. 52-21 was the final score. But the thing I liked about it was the thing I really liked about it was not the score. You know, the score was already, the game was over.
Yeah.
But the offense, though, the way we started doing things with the screens and stuff, and Ben Roethlisberger was switching out and heavy rotation with the receivers, and
it was a thing of beauty.
That was a moment where we had the best offense in the NFL. But anyways, that's one of my favorite moments. Not so much for the score, like I said, for the things that I seen from our offense. I was like, man, we had fullbacks doing screens. Man, it was getting crazy out there. But like I said, the game was over, so we just started playing with them, you know.
Oh, pretty much had practice.
Yeah, little cats. We tamed them doggone Panthers out there, boy. My worst moment. Let's see. So many, you know. I didn't have. I
about know what you're about to say, but I'm gonna let you say it.
I mean, one of them was when we went 11-0. I mean, you know, because I mean, we was 11-0
and lost the final five.
I thought we was up here, you know, but then we lost the last five. and we lost to the Browns. So that was a very upsetting moment. Another one though, another worst moment where we were this close to beating the Patriots.
Oh yeah.
Juju Smith took a drag route to the 10-yard line. We called timeout. Big Ben throws a pass to Jesse James, which for the following year would have been called a touchdown, but of course they didn't want to give it to us. It wasn't a touchdown, and we lost the darn game because of that. It's one of the worst moments. That year was, I think it was 2017, if I'm not mistaken, and if we would have beat the Patriots, we'd have been number one.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah,
but y'all still went to the playoffs though that year. Y'all still.
Yeah, but that game held so much weight. You know what I'm saying? Because
y'all,
you know, that's why I don't like playing the Patriots, because they cheat too much. They always want to cheat. They want to look at the paper and cheat. They want to see what answers you got. They want to deflate. They want to deflate footballs. They want to spy on the Bengals. They got all these allegations of cheating, and none of the Patriot fans want to admit it. But you know what? I kind of concur to the Patriot way, because Americanos ain't nothing but a bunch of cheaters in the gone away. That's why we in this recession we in now. So shout out to the Patriot way. Don't go.
Oh man, that thing, boy. He felt that thing, didn't he? God, no.
America for you.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. It's like you can't compare the times to the worst sports moment that you ever experienced. Like, think about the recession we in. Think about the Steelers just losing to Tim Tebow or something. Like,
yo, let me call you something right.
I would be a petty because you said something every time the Steelers whoop up on the Ravens. Like, I got something for you.
Well, maybe call you something.
About to call me out my name. But they call me everything but a child of God.
Anyways, that's one of the best worst moments that I ever.
Yeah, man.
Many more. I can't think of any more worse than any, really, because it's been tough being a Steelers fan for the last few years. It's been tough, but you know, we love the game of football. May not can snap one, but we can sit back and watch it. So everybody, you know, I believe next show we need to somebody's gonna be a guest on this show. We're gonna get them involved next show. So James, Corey, one of y'all, somebody.
If not both of y'all.
You're gonna get up here and we're gonna talk. We're gonna be on Sports Center. That dog.
We gonna cut up.
And we're gonna have a ball. We thank y'all for tuning in to Backport Sports Podcast with the two of us. The 50th video, according to YouTube, which I really think is really accurate. You know, it's been a journey, and we working. Well, I feel like Fon's working. We ain't gonna talk about that. But
summertime coming.
But you know, we doing the best that we can. So thank y'all for listening, tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment on YouTube, get involved in the conversation that we got on the Backport Sports After Party on Facebook.
Join up.
Make sure you listen to us on the way to work, while you're working out, you know, pumping that iron, while you're running, jogging, whatever you're doing, you know, just kind of get involved. You know, we are in June. I believe next month we'll be in training camp. August will start preseason, and September start regular season. So we are really, really close to the season starting, and which calls for a lot more content. But we'll get into that later on. But we thank y'all for tuning in, man. It's really been a pleasure. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, just like my man said, y'all go ahead and hit us up on the after party. It's on Facebook. So y'all do that for us, man. Get in on the conversation. We just be posting crazy stuff. Y'all should have seen what we posted about Baker Mayfield. But anyway, this has been the Backport Sports Podcast with your boy Fonz.
I'm Quan.
And we out.